and welcome. You are listening to At Home with Ifeno. Here, we'll talk about helping women know and understand their worth, find fulfillment in who they are, and in what they do. Every other week, we'll talk about your identity as a woman, discovering your unique purpose, intentionally raising the next generation, and your influence in homemaking. I am your host, Ifeoma Ebele. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno. How are you today? I am so excited. Wow, time really runs so fast. Where have we gone so far in the year? This is just to tell us that we need to be very effective with our time. We need to manage every minute, our resources. We know that right now in the world, it seems like what we have is not enough, and we need skills to help us manage our resources well, help us manage our time well. Everything that we have, no matter how little we see it to be, this episode I'm going to have is going to help us to be very, very effective with our time and resources. But before we go into today's episode, I just want you to take your sweet spot, that very place where you will sit without being distracted if you're at home. And if you are driving, please use your hands-free, concentrate, and give us your listening attention. It promises to be a rewarding episode. And I have a VIP on the show today. I have a wonderful guest. In fact, when I was thinking of her coming on the show, I said, sometimes when you know some people so well, you find it difficult to be formal with them. So I started wondering, how am I going to be referring to her to, because she is very dear to my heart, very close to me. But I know that we are going to gain wisdom as she speaks to us today. So I just want to welcome you, and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my dear listeners, wherever you are joining us from. And before I go on again, if you have not followed us on Instagram at Ifeno17, please do that right away. And we have a YouTube channel. Yes, now you can listen to our podcast on At Home with Ifeno podcast on YouTube. Please go there and subscribe so that whenever we get any new episode, you would be alerted and you won't miss out of the valuable content that we have for you. So I want you to join me with a warm At Home with Ifeno warm welcome to our very guest, Mrs. Ifeoma Ebele Nwa-uwa. Please, let's give her At Home with Ifeno warm welcome. You're welcome, ma. How are you today?
Thank you so much, Ifeoma, for having me on the show. I am very well, thank you.
So I hope you people have guessed why she's very dear to me too. So she's also my namesake. I'm very honored to be answering Ifeoma with my special guest today. Thank you, Auntie. Please bear with me if you hear me calling her Auntie. I don't know how to refer to her as Miss. Please, I just want to be myself. So thank you so much, ma, for being with us today. And we know that it's going to be such a blessing having you. But before we go into today's topic, could you tell us how you relax? Because Mrs. Ifeoma works very hard, very, very, very hard. And I think you understand why. She works hard at home. She's a serious businesswoman in different areas. So, Auntie, how do you relax despite your very busy schedule?
Well, thank you, Ifeoma. I relax in different ways. I love listening to music a lot, So most times when I'm relaxing, you see that I'm playing my favorite music. I love Anthony Evans so much. I have almost all his albums, and I can just sit and listen to him from morning while I'm doing my job or in the car driving. And I also love to read audiobooks. I listen to messages, podcasts. I love Pastor Biola Adeyola. I listen to her messages a lot. Thank you.
Okay, so Mrs. Ifeoma is telling us that despite her being very busy with her business and everything she does, she still finds time to enjoy her music. She listens to audiobooks. This is to tell us that we need to keep refreshing ourselves so that we can be our very best. So today's topic is effective home management. Effective home management. So what would you say home management is, and why should we make it an effective skill, ma?
Well, every woman should learn home management because it's a key skill to how you manage the affairs of your home. And I want to define home management as the process of overseeing and coordinating the various tasks and responsibilities required to maintain the home effectively. It involves planning, organizing, and executing activities to ensure that the home functions smoothly and efficiently. Wow. I can give some key points on how to go about that. Like you have housekeeping, which involves cleaning, organizing, and maintaining the home environment. You know, you want your home smelling nice. You want your sitting room looking fresh. And then you also have the financial management and budgeting aspects, paying bills and planning financially. In the times that we're in, you know, the monies are never enough. You go to the market and, oh Lord, you come home with 2 nylon bags and you're asking yourself, where did all the money go? You need a lot of planning for you to survive the times that we're in. You also can do meal planning and preparation. You know, there was a time in my life when my children were still very little that I cook like 3 times in a month. I make most of my meals. I still do, label them and put in the freezer. Fortunately, I've always had good lights wherever I live. So the food are frozen and they remain fresh. So meal planning and preparation, grocery shopping. I encourage women to do bulk shopping if you can. You know, it helps a lot in saving money when you do bulk shopping. What you buy, let me say, for example, 3,000, if you buy one item, when you're doing bulk, you can get it for as low as 2,000 or 2,500, thereabout, saving some money. Home keeping also involves maintenance and repairs. Like this morning, I had a plumber come to fix some leaking faucets. You know, sometimes for no reason, your tap will just start leaking and you can't understand it. You know, so you need to also keep that in view, that you have to do some maintenance and repairs. And then you have time management. You need to schedule and prioritize tasks and activities. Don't do everything all at once. Prioritize the ones that are important and do them. Then you have the family and personal care, managing the needs and well-being of your family members, including their health care, picking up children from school, and various recreations that they are involved in. I know, Ifeoma, I saw you the other day where you went to you pick your children from school. You find out that most fathers don't have the time to do that. So we, the women, are left to pick them from school. And then when they have some extracurricular activities, we also need to take them there. So we need to make time for all that. And then we have the safety and security, ensuring your home is safe and secure from hazards and intruders, checking to ensure the front and back doors to the home are locked before bedtime. I still do that till tomorrow. When everybody have gone up to bed, you find me going down to check the doors, whether they left them open or they locked them. I know some time ago we had an incident where I don't know who went up last out of my children, and the back door was not locked. So when I went down, I saw it and I locked it. Thank you.
Wow. This home management that we're talking about, my listeners, it's a very serious matter. This is a 4-year course in the university, or even more. And see, is 4 years enough to learn this home management?
4 years is not enough. Home management is a lifetime. Yes, it's a lifetime learning.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma, for that response. What is home management? She gave us the different areas of family life. So beyond just even cleaning, the basic things, she talked about the welfare of the family members. As she was saying a lot of the things she was sharing, I was just smiling. When she talked about how your tap can just, in fact, there was one incident that happened recently. I was almost overwhelmed. I got up as early as 4 a.m. saying that I would have a little quiet time before I start preparing what my children will take to school. I suddenly came out and saw that close to my kitchen, one of these, I don't know what you call it, there's this silver connecting pipe or so from the tap, and it was just leaking uncontrollably. I got wet, soaked, and time was ticking. I couldn't even have my quiet time again, no devotion. I was like, where is the control? Let me stop the water, and so that day I just calmed down. At the end of the day, I later found out where the control was, and then I was also telling my children lessons that I learned and what they should also take note of. So home management is really a big deal. It can determine how a day will go at home, not just for you who is the home management officer or home CEO, but even for others, because I imagine that day my children going late to school. Would I tell them that my children came to school late because I had an uncontrollable water, incident? So it's a lot of work, and we really need to get ourselves prepared. Thank you, Ma. So looking at how important this home management study is in our homes, how can we inculcate and cultivate this skill, whether it is, because I believe that whether it is male or female, it's very important. There could be times when, auntie, you are not in the house and maybe your sons are the ones at home. So how do you encourage parents? I know many times it's usually pushed down to we the women. How can we women involve both gender, both sexes of our children, the male and the female, so that they will see the importance and the benefits of this home management in our homes?
Okay, thank you for that. By the grace of God, I have 3 daughters and 2 sons, and they're all grown now. While they were growing, they each had tasks to do. And my first son, back then, when he mops, oh God, you would think a cleaning company actually came to do the work.
Wow.
He mopped so well. And my first daughter too had to put, if we have a new help in the house, she had the task of putting that help through, learning to mop properly. So home management can actually become an effective skill through a combination of organizing, planning, and continuous improvement on the skills you already have. Number 1, set clear goals. Define what you want to achieve in terms of cleanliness. You know, you want the home to be clean. So everybody needs to be involved. I used to make the mistake of, you know, telling my children off when they were quite little, you know, but every child has age
appropriate
duty they can do. When your children are eager to come and help you, don't drive them away. Please, if they are too small to reach the sink, yes, put 2 bowls down and a chair, let them sit down. You know, let them wash in one and rinse in the other bowl. They are learning. Don't tell them, just go, you're disturbing me, you're impeding my speed. I did that when my children were little, you know, and I grew up regretting it, because by the time you want them to do it, they didn't learn it early. And they will tell you, Mommy, I have other things to do. So please involve your family, set clear goals, define what you want to achieve in terms of cleanliness, and then create a routine. Establish a daily, weekly, or monthly routine for tasks such as cleaning, laundry, meal preps, and then the bill payments. Then leverage on tools and texts. Make use of your calendars. Look for apps that can enhance your, you know, effectiveness. You have so many of them. Like on my phone, I have what you call notes. I take down notes, like I want to go shopping now. I put the things I need to buy so that I won't get to market and get derailed and start buying things that are not on my list. You can also make a list or have a small notebook you carry around. You can make a list on the go, you know, and then delegate responsibilities. Let everybody be involved. Distribute tasks among household members. In the long run, your children will grow up and leave your home. If they don't learn how to manage the home while they are living with you, you'll be amazed the kind of debts that we accumulate, you know, in their various homes. My last son, 19, is 19, and that boy can clean for Africa. When he handles my kitchen, I'm a proud mom. He will cook and then he will clean. Now, if he didn't learn this skill, there's no way he'll be able to do them. And then again, you need to prioritize tasks. Identify which tasks are most important and are urgent. Focus on completing this first to ensure that critical aspects of home management are always addressed. Then stay organized. Keep your home and workspace clean. You know, when the children grow up seeing all this, they tend to fall into it. It's something they have learned. And it's not something that will leave them, you know, easily. I've been trying to get my husband to be part of the home management, but unfortunately,
you're not the only one, though, Auntie. You're not the only one. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for that response. So I was taking notes as she was speaking. She said we should not push our children away, no matter how small, when we want to get them involved in this effective home management practice, you know, and skills. When she was talking about putting bowls and, you know, stool, I remember when my daughter started washing plates at age 4. I think I even have the picture. I snapped her. So she would climb the stool and she would be washing like that. So don't shush them off away, because if you don't encourage them as young and early as possible, they will find it difficult even when they are older. Then she talked about delegating responsibilities, getting them involved, setting clear goals, We should use apps. Yes, we are in the techie age now, and we have so many things. We have reminders, we have planners that can help us. We have, things that can help us to manage our resources well, so that we don't just buy on impulse. We already know what we need and we work with what we need. Thank you so much, Ma, for that response. Wow, I'm enjoying this journey. So, Mrs. Ifeoma, you've been married for close to 3 decades for now. And
yes,
we cannot run away from the fact, just like you ended by saying just now that you found it difficult to get your husband involved. And I said you are not the only one. So could you share common challenges that we women face in this home management, home management journey? Some of the challenges we face from your own personal experience doing this for close to 30 years now, and what can you encourage that woman that is listening and she's even just starting the journey? She might even be feeling scared, feeling, am I sure I can do this? What will you say are the common things we face as the women in the house, and how can we overcome those challenges in home management?
Thank you, Ifeoma. We live in an era where we have women who are working and some are in businesses. So how do you combine your job and your business with home management so that you will not be overwhelmed or face a burnout? Firstly, I want to say that if you have the means of engaging somebody who can maybe 3 times or 4 times in a week come to help you clean, that will be an added advantage. And again, if you have somebody who can also come in to do laundry for you, or you have the means of buying a washing machine, it's an added advantage. It's not a luxury to have a washing machine. It actually helps you to manage your time well. Instead of sitting down doing the laundry, all you need to do is just put it into the washing machine while you're about doing your other businesses in the home. Number one, I set realistic expectations for myself. I aim for a well-managed home rather than an impeccably perfect one. There's this story I saw recently. Is a what do you call those short video stories of a man who was lamenting that all his wife does is sit at home all day. So that day, the wife decided not to lift a finger. And the man came back from work around 6 p.m. and the house was upside down. The plates that the children used to eat were in the sink. And then their toys were scattered all over the place. He could barely see a space to put his feet to walk. Finally, he got into the sitting room and he saw his wife sitting pretty on a seat reading a book. And he was shocked. So he said, "Honey, what is this?" She lifted her face and said to him, "I decided not to do the things I used to do. So I decided to sit and do nothing. So you can see the things I do every day." So set realistic expectations. Don't do everything at a time. And then focus on small wins. I focus on small wins. I complete minor tasks that can provide a sense of accomplishment for me. I don't have to carry everything on my head at the same time. There was a time I had a lady who come in like 3 times a day. She comes to help me clean, and she does the small minor jobs in the house. I'm sorry, I don't allow anybody to cook for me. I still cook my food. and I still go to my market by myself. Why? Because the resources are scarce, and I need to go to the market to manage the money that is being given to me. So I am not frivolous with the finances that I'm given. So I go to market myself. Then you need to take breaks. Don't get a burnout by doing everything at the same time. It will become overwhelming for you. Like I said earlier, also learn to delegate. Few weeks ago, my security left. So my compound was dirty, and I decided to go and sweep it. By the time I finished, my back told me some stories. So I learned from that is not a job that I should be doing. So I had to engage somebody who will come and weed and clean the compound for me. And then we also need to learn to practice gratitude. When your children do some tasks, encourage them by showing them how grateful you are. Tell them, thank you. Job well done. Because when you don't do that, tomorrow when you ask them to come and do something, they will tell you, Mommy, the other day I did this and you didn't even appreciate what I did. And I also encourage women to seek support. If you're getting overwhelmed, look for somebody who you know is doing a good job at home management and ask for tips from them. What can I do? Ask them, what are you doing that you're getting this so right and I'm getting it so wrong? You know, the generation we're in now, children don't like to do anything. They don't like to work. In fact, it's what do you call it? It's a microwave generation. Everything is 5 minutes dot. Yes, 5 minutes dot. They don't like to waste time doing that jobs that we used to do. I find joy in doing home management. It gives me joy. I love to cook for my family, and I take time to cook. And then we should also learn to seek support from friends. I said that earlier. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries for your home. If you leave children, they will eat and leave plates for you anywhere. But when you set boundaries and tell them, no, you can't do this here, or you can't pull your clothes and just throw them anywhere you like. I remember when I first got married, my husband will come back from work, pull his shoes downstairs and climb upstairs. And I'm like, if you're going upstairs, why are you pulling your shoes here? Can't you just take them along? So you need to set those boundaries. Let them know that they cannot just do anything. Children, if you don't direct them, they will do anything they like. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. One thing I got from what you just said, and you said it earlier, is continuous teaching, continuous improvement. So one of the challenges that we as wives and mothers, and caretakers back at home have had is that we easily give up when our children maybe they don't do things the way we expect, and then we also don't appreciate them. So we now it puts them off, and they are not encouraged to continue, in this home management skill that is very needed. So thank you so much, Ma. Really appreciate you for that response.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the time I want my VIP Auntie Ife to talk about herself. To be very honest, I saw her as one of the best people to bring for this topic, because she has been doing this for decades, and beyond just doing this, I just see the joy that comes out from doing this home management, and she has now extended it to business. She caters. if you give her your party to handle, you can go to sleep. So, Mrs. Ifeoma, please tell my listeners what you do, how they can connect with you, your social media handles. The floor is yours now. So, it's your time.
Okay. Thank you so much again, Ifeoma. My name again remains Ifeoma Ebele Eze Nwa-uwa, and I'm a wife, a mother of 5, 3 girls and 2 boys. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a fantastic cook, and I can cook up a storm. You know,
I've tasted her food, though.
I do marriage counseling, and I'm also a pastor. In my earlier days, I actually worked with Shagoya Nigeria Limited, makers of the popular Elena products. I work with a finance company in Lagos called Cobra Ventures. It's now defunct. I also worked with International Merchant Bank, IMB, and an oil servicing company, International Consolidated Limited in Owerri, where I met and married my husband of almost 3 decades now. I own Zemarket Kitchen, a catering outfit, and we do what I call daily soup. You know, you can call us to order for your plates of soups, different soups. For busy women who don't have the time to cook homemade meals. That is, you know, that mommy finger licking soup.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We also do outdoor catering. We cater to organizations and parties. I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I sell things.
So your social media, can you share your social media handles, like for the kitchen, as in for the soups now? If people want to follow you on social media, what's your handle so that they can?
Okay, you can reach me on the Zemarket at Instagram, Zemarket Cuisine.
Okay, and I'll put it in the show notes. I'll definitely get it and put it in the show notes so that maybe they can just click on it and follow you and see.
Yeah, they can also follow me on Instagram, Ifeoma Ebele.
Okay. So thank you, Auntie Ifeoma, for sharing with us. I almost forgot, she's actually a marriage counselor. She's a fantastic, like I told you now, she's not just talking from textbook. She has been experienced in this home journey, this family life journey, and she has many sides to her. And I know that what she has shared today, particularly for me, I need to go back over and over the points she made. There were many salient points. And the part that I think many of us women, we really need to latch on to is getting our children, getting people around us involved. Because I think we as women, we like feeling, oh, I'm a superwoman. There's nothing to prove to anybody. Because I found out that many times we get burnt out, we get fatigued, we fall sick. Some of us, even when we are sick, you still see us still working, you know, we still want to take care of our family. But we must know that if we are going to last long, you know, if we're going to stay here for a long time, we must be wise. We must be wise in how we manage our homes. And one of the key lessons for me is I need to get my children involved. No matter how slow they might be, because when she said that, you know, they're wasting, I said that's how I used to say it, but no matter how slow, I just have to calm down and allow them to go through this routine so that, you know, they will also learn it. Because if they don't learn from home, what are they going to take to their own various homes to when they leave us? They will one day leave us and go and start their own home. So thank you so much, Mrs. Ifeoma, for sharing with us. Her soup, her food is, I think it's better you experience it so that it's not that Ifeno was just telling you about it. So please follow her on her social media handles. Yes, you'll see her handles on my show notes. You can click on it and contact her. She'll always be willing to be at your beck and call. So, Mrs. Ifeoma, what would be your closing tips for us to be effective in home management? What are 2-3 things that you want us not to forget, even as we continue with our journey on home management, to make it one that is joyful, one that, you know, that we look forward to and not doing it grumbling?
Yeah, I would want to say that is somebody who is healthy that can effectively manage a home. So you don't need to stress yourself. We need to find joy in routine tasks. Like I said earlier, in order not to burn out while working, I play music, I read books, I also listen to audiobooks. And then we should also focus on the benefits. What are the benefits? Reduce stress, a clean home, quality time for yourself and family is the gain you get when you manage your home effectively. Then don't forget to involve every of your child. No one should be left out. Don't be a superwoman like Ifeoma just said. Let everyone pitch into what they can do. Then I want to say one last word here. Reduce distractions. You know, sometimes when you're working, you get that phone call from a chitty-chatty friend. You will not forget that you're working with time. And you will not sit down. You will be gisting. By the time you lift your eyes, it's time to go and pick the children from school. The work you're supposed to do at home, you didn't do. Your children will come back. The food you are supposed to have made for them to eat when they return from school, you didn't do. You know, so please learn to avoid some of these distractions. Thank you very much, Ifeoma.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma. We should find joy, reduce stress. It is someone that is healthy that can effectively manage a home, and avoid distractions. Put your phone on silence. Maybe when you are doing something that you already have a target that you must finish this at so and so time. So nobody should disturb you. You have control. Many times when my children see my phone ringing and they are run, I say, please don't run, leave the phone. My phone does not control me. I will pick the call when I want to pick it. And if I want to respond, I will call the person back. And when I say, they will just be looking like I say, yes, so my phone does not control me. So let's reduce the distraction so that we can have an effective home. Thank you so much, Ma. I'm really, really grateful.
Thank you for having me.
And looking forward to having you some other time again. Thank you so much. Maybe when you come next time, you give us marriage counseling tips. Thank you so much, Ma. God bless you.
God bless you too.
Thanks for joining us this week on At Home with Ifeno. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17. As always, subscribe to the show to catch every new episode and leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh content. See you next in 2 weeks' time.